What is going on, Low Gang, and Happy New Year. Wanted to do a quick pickup video, kind of traditional. Found a bunch of stuff, or picked up a bunch of stuff, I should say, the last couple months, and didn't necessarily include it in any of my videos. So I'm going to show that stuff off. There is only one retro game. Everything else is newer, so if you're a collector, retro, you might want to X out the video. But for the rest of you, stay tuned. I'm going to be giving this away. This little Smash Brothers like token thing. It's a limited collector's edition. It's been sitting on my shelf for months, and I'm not really digging it sitting on my shelf because it's kind of difficult to display. So I'm going to give it away to one of you guys. I'll do the giveaway at the end of the video. It'll be as simple as liking an Instagram picture as usual, or just following me on Instagram, something like that. So it'll be real simple. I have a pile of stuff I want to show you guys. Crazy few months in gaming, particularly newer stuff. You know, retro has been kind of a void, but there's been a lot of new Nintendo stuff and some new multiplayer stuff. We'll jump back in kind of with the end of September, maybe early October. Picked up this complete schlock. If you guys haven't gotten it this holiday season, I recommend you do. It's a ton of fun. If you can kind of turn your brain off, Call of Duty's one of the funnest games out there.
You still there?
Yeah. It's the people that take it seriously. If you're taking the game seriously, where you're running around with a shotgun with a sniper scope on it and stuff, you're probably not going to be a military expert. But if you can turn your brain off and play it, it's kind of fun multiplayer mayhem, I'll call it. And some of the challenges and stuff are well done, and there's very little items to buy. There is some more now, but when the game came out for the first few months, there was like no store. So good for them for not doing a bunch of microtransactions. Speaking of microtransactions, FIFA 20 already dumped probably close to $1,000 into this game. Not even playing it anymore too much. But that's Ultimate Team. That's buying packs of cards. It's like the adult version of Pokémon cards, or the adult version of Magic the Gathering cards, even though I still spend a bunch of money on those as an adult. But pretty fun game. Yes, it is kind of rinse and repeat at this point. Physics and stuff, the engine's very minimal changes between games. A lot of people are paying for the updated rosters, unfortunately. Getting into a bunch of Nintendo Switch stuff I bought all on the same day. Starting with this, if you guys don't have one of these and you have some money sitting around, I can't recommend this enough. If you're not playing on your TV, you should pick this up and you can get rid of your regular Switch. I still play some on my TV, so I have two Switches, obviously for primarily Super Smash Brothers and Mario Kart when I have people come over. It's pretty easy to get data from your console that's docked at the TV over to the Switch. It's a really easy process. So I can't recommend the Switch Lite enough, you guys. If you're on the go, if you're gaming, like on the buses or whatever, bring this thing with you. Better battery life, inherently a better display because the display is slightly smaller, so you're going to get more bang for your buck with the resolution. I've probably put in 100 hours already on the Switch Lite, primarily because of the games that have come out since I got the Switch Lite. But I can't recommend this console enough. A lot of people think it's kind of a kid's console. It's not. It's just it's a replacement to the 3DS. It's our answer to the 3DS in 2019. It's a handheld only console, and I absolutely love it to death. A lot of Switch games I'm simply not going to play on the big TV. This one specifically included The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This game is great. The Switch transition was a little bit difficult trying to get this massive monster game over, and I have to applaud the guys at CD Projekt Red or whoever did the transition to get this monster game over to the Switch. It is in 540p resolution, so you want to be playing this thing handheld mode only, but I've been playing a lot more Witcher the last couple months. Obviously the Netflix series came out. Here's a look at the game. You actually get the physical game as well. And then I think this comes with like a monster booklet and stuff that describes some of the monsters you're going to run into in the game. But a really good value. I think this is like going for as low as 40 during the holiday season, typically 50. So I would pick that up, especially if you haven't played The Witcher. A couple of my friends picked it up recently per my recommendation because the Netflix show was coming out. Some of the best world building, some of the best lore, and some of the best voice acting. And I think they did a really good job on Netflix of really carrying that over to a T, especially Geralt of Rivia. Even though Henry Cavill is like the most jacked man on planet Earth, I don't know if that was necessarily great casting physically, but acting wise, he's been fantastic. Also picked this up the same day, Nino Kuni, another port, PS3 masterpiece. Everyone played it. I played it. I never owned it. Now I owned it, and I've been playing it some more. It's kind of like Pokemon. You have little minions that come out and fight for you, and there's a bunch of strategy. Basically, you can fight, or you can switch out to have a unit fight, and you can have your party be based off different guys you collect along the way. So it is kind of similar to Pokemon, but it's much more of an action RPG. You kind of control the battle, and you can control the character running around. So really fun game, really beautiful game, and if you're into that Studio Jubilee storytelling and visuals, you're gonna love the story in this as well. It's like basically watching a big, massive anime film. Same day as well, picked this up, Link's Awakening. Really interesting artwork on this thing. Really fun game, really short game. Unless you find every little detail, every little hidden thing, you're gonna run through this game. I ran through it in 2 days. I played like 4 hours one day, and then I played like 5 hours the next day, and beat just like that. But I'm gonna put it on the shelf. It's one of those games you can pick up and run through again on a road trip or something. It's gonna be kind of like, I'll call it timeless. It's not gonna age too bad. It's the same Zelda formula we've seen a million times. Picked this up at Goodwill. This is my only kind of retro find. I don't think there's even a point in owning this. I'm sure the servers and stuff are shut down. I picked it up strictly out of nostalgia because I used to play this when I was a little kid, and just because the condition and stuff is really cool. Don't think it's worth anything, but as I've mentioned in previous videos, when I see PlayStation stuff, when I see retro stuff, I'm going to be buying. I'm going to be picking it up at Goodwill, especially with the recent price drop of $1.99. I really hope that continues. That's going to really change game hunting for me in 2020, because a lot of those games I'm on the fence about, I'm going to be picking up. Jumping into, I guess, November, picked up both of these, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and have loved them. I know there's been quite a bit of pushback about these. People butthurt that the Pokedex is only 400 Pokemon. And I know people are complaining about the combat being too simple, blah, blah, blah. I've had a lot of fun. For me, Pokemon is what it is. I'm not going to be a top tier, elite battle person or anything. I play it. I like to complete the Pokedex, and I like to beat the game. That's it. I don't care about the combat. I know it's a very deep game, like a chess match. It's fun to watch the pros play each other. But I don't care that much for the competitive play. So at the end of the day, I'm not too upset when the games aren't revolutionary. I kind of want the standard Pokemon game. I want to run around and catch stuff. These games have that crazy like wild area, so you can catch a bunch of stuff really early game. You can catch like over half the Pokedex, by level 15, 20, just running around that Central Park area and catching stuff. Although they do put a cap on your level if you haven't played. You can't go catch a level 50 if you're like level 20. You have to beat gyms and earn the right to catch those high level Pokemon. That's the way they kind of cap it off. Really excited about this. You guys saw me get the other Resident Evil on Black Friday. I ended up getting this for Christmas. This is the one I prefer, Resident Evil Triple Pack. Resident Evil 4, obviously masterpiece, one of the best games of all time. Resident Evil 5, fun for what it is. Resident Evil 6 is a complete dumpster fire. If I'm not mistaken, only Resident Evil 4 comes on the actual physical cart. The other two games I think are download only. I remember there being a little bit of controversy about that. As long as I have Resident Evil 4, I'm good to go, because that's one of those games, again, you can play that game once a year. You can play through and beat it game. It's just such a masterpiece atmospherically. You're kind of in that rundown Spanish like village. It's fun to have a different area outside of the United States, outside of the generic Raccoon City, Utah, or whatever. It's fun to see a different area. And last pickup for Christmas, at least, these things are so sick. New Xbox One controller. You guys know how much I break these. I still have the one from Black Friday. I haven't broken it yet. But these are cool because they actually have like rubberized grip on them. So I've never seen that before. You can see here is actual like rubber. Same thing on the back. This kind of matte rubber finish. It feels really good when you're playing. Feels kind of, I guess I'd call it expensive. I don't know if it's necessarily going to help my gameplay too much. I want to show you guys two more things I got for Christmas. This one is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Take a look. It's a Pokeball LED rotating base nightlight, and these are available several different places. I ended up getting this one for Christmas, but the person bought it on Etsy, And there's a bunch of different Pokemon available. I bought one of these as well. I bought them at Gengar. And you can just buy your favorite Pokemon, and if you have a kid or whatever, or if you have a game room and you're looking for LED lighting, these things are so sick. Be sure to spend the extra money for the rotating base. They don't all come with that. Some of them just sit still. Some of them don't even have the LED lighting. They just sit there. But even so, the laser finish Pokemon inside, it's a masterpiece. They look so cool. And they go with any game room, anyone that's doing the 90s nostalgia or anything, you have to have one of these. You can't just walk into Best Buy and buy them, so it's going to be kind of a talking piece. People are going to ask, where did you get that? That's kind of why I like Etsy's. You can buy kind of hipster, little known stuff. And then the last thing I got real quick, guys, is this ring light vlogger kit. It's by Sunpack. I think they retail for $150 at Best Buy. Anyone trying to do YouTube, you can pick one of these up, and I'm not going to say you have studio quality, but you have mid-tier quality. This whole video right here being shot, same mic, everything, Sunpack. So if you have a smartphone and $150, you can be shooting well-lit, decent audio videos. I wouldn't say if you have 1 million subs you want to be using this, but if you're getting started or if you're really kind of low table like me and the subscriber count, definitely worth it. So trying to figure out how I want to give this away. I'm just gonna do a comment. Just leave a comment on this video. I'm not gonna bother with Instagram, even though I typically try to do everything on Instagram. Leave a comment on this video, thumbs up this video, and in about 2 weeks or so when I come back with another video, I'm just gonna random number generator one of the comments, and I'll pay for shipping and everything. It's this little Super Smash Bros. Comment. Just leave a comment on the video, and I'll be giving that away. Should be the easiest giveaway of all time. Thumbs up the video, guys. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I'm gonna try to be back in 2020 with quite a bit more content. Now that I have this nice setup, and now that Goodwill is starting to kind of come alive again, I'm going to try to get some more game hunting going. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good new year. Be safe out there, guys. Later.